Hello, my name is Monique and this is Alexis. We are with FVREB Realty in Abbotsford.
And we're here with our November 2023 market update, where we're going to talk about what happened last month in October.
All right. So to get into it, detached homes, sales are down by 4.3% from what they were last month, and they are down by 15% from what they were last year.
Okay, less activity.
A lot less. Price has also decreased over the last month by 2.3%. But has increased by 6% from last year. So our new average price is
$1,178,586.
Okay. Active listings are down by 4.8%. New listings are also down by 4.1%. So very even.
Yeah, very consistent across all the stats for detached homes.
New listings and active listings have increased by 22 and 27% from what they were last year. So a lot more activity than last year. That's great news.
Yes.
But we're just slowing down a little bit. And that's okay.
Yeah, and that makes sense because we are getting into the holiday season, and it generally from year to year slows down around that time.
This time, yeah.
It is as expected. Townhouses have gone down for sales 17%.
Okay.
Price has gone up by 4.8%, making our average
$688,193.
Yeah, active listings have gone down 11%, and new listings has gone down 34%. So we're looking at less activity, but it looks like inventory is selling.
Yeah.
So there's not as much homes on the market to sell, but those ones do seem to be selling, and it makes sense that the price has gone up a little bit.
I do want to point out that the new listings and active listings for townhouses, however, have decreased quite substantially from what they were last year. Because
that's right.
If you remember last year, they were having a moment.
They were hot.
They were hot. Likely because, again, they announced that there was no restrictions, age restrictions, so they really exploded. So the fact that it's such a decrease from what they were last year is just a balancing of the market. So not distressing. Apartments, the sales have decreased by 7.2%. The average price has decreased by 6.9% over the last month. And that's a pretty substantial jump for a month.
That is, for sure.
It has increased by 9.4% from what it was last year, but our new average is
$428,270.
Okay. Active listings have decreased by 9.8%, and new listings are also down by 3.9%. So
one thing to note for condos, active listings are down 35% since last year.
That is a really big number.
Yes. So, that means just inventory is a lot less than it was last year.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Sales to active listing ratio.
Yes.
So that little blue bar we talk about all the time. A little bit of a history for you for all of Fraser Valley. For September, it was 22%. Last month, it was 18%. And this month, it is now 17%. So 3 months in a row now, the ratio has a
steady decline.
So I would say that's a trend, and we might possibly be going into a buyer's market for all of Fraser Valley, but a little bit too soon to say yet. I'd like to see a couple more months of that, but it's a possibility.
I haven't seen that for a long time.
Yeah, unless something changes, then we might stay a little bit more into the balanced market. Abbotsford, though, we're not seeing that. September it was 21%. Last month it was 20%. This month it is 22.4%, which means technically Abbotsford is in a seller's market for all of the types of homes combined. So it might be a little bit different when we get into a little bit more of the details, but generally for all of Abbotsford, we are in a seller's market.
So when you see the graph here, you'll see we've got blue for the Fraser Valley and red for Abbotsford, and red is doing a little uptick. So they're not following the trend. Abbotsford is very desirable, and people are taking notice and coming here.
Yeah, we'll see what happens next month with that.
Absolutely.
Bank of Canada.
They've held steady. Their rates remain at 5%. So that is really fantastic news.
A relief.
Yes, absolutely. It's allowing a lot of buyers to kind of take a breath, know that things aren't going to continue on that steady increase.
That's right.
Because it's very stressful. If it's going to continue to increase, then what's it going to look like when you go to renew your mortgage?
Yeah. And I know some people are already having issues with that. So if you need any referral to a specific mortgage broker or anything like that, definitely give us a shout. We have lots of brokers that we work with, and they're wonderful. So we're here to help you.
You might have to seek some mortgage broker financing rather than a bank.
Yes.
We don't want to necessarily steer people away from the banks, but you might have to get a little bit creative with your financing.
That's right.
So that's normal. This is something that everybody is struggling with. We don't like to talk about finances, but this is what we're hearing across the board. So that's all we have for now. Thank you so much for checking out our monthly video.
That's right.
And we will see you again next month.
Like and share, please.
All right. Bye.